Hey everybody, Lipstick Mom here. So I wanted to do an educational video for you guys on the bitch slap. I just had an insane attack on a Max Town Hall 10 with this attack, and I really want to share it with you guys on the strategy. It's also wanting to talk about the placement of the troops and why I place them that way. I know that when I watch a lot of YouTube videos, I watch these guys place these troops, and I'm like, well, what the hell I just did the same exact comp, the same exact troops on the same, tight base, and it didn't work, and why? And obviously, scouting and placement has a lot to do with that. So, the bitch slap is a combo of bowlers, witches, which gives it the bitch term, and a healer combo. So, with a golem inside of the CC. To be fair, this did not have a CC in it, so I don't know if I would have gotten a 3-star, but I did without the CC, and I don't care. I'm amazing, I know. I did attempt this multiple times before I actually got it. So as you can see, I placed down the witches first, and I want to explain why I did that. So I laid down 2 witches first to allow the skellies to provide coverage for my bowlers and my witches. The skellies obviously work as a distraction, and I really wanted the healers to be focused on the witches and the bowlers, and the skellies working as a distraction. That way, I would have the ability to create a nice funnel. Obviously, with a round base, you want to make sure that you get into the core as soon as possible to take out the infernos, the expos, especially in this. Look at, all the core defenses are inside of the core, and it's important to be able to rip through that. And in order to do that, you have to make sure that your troops are funneled and pathed inside of the core. It can be devastating if your troops walk around, because the infernos are really going to be plucking them off, as well as the 3 expos that are maxed out, and it's never good. So also, when I scouted this base, I hit this base like 10 times, so I knew where everything was. There's 4 big bombs on the left-hand corner at 6 o'clock inside of the core. Already knew that. And then also I had some issues with the blowers blowing my healers off before, and so I knew that I had to be careful for that. So when I was scouting for several things. I scouted splash damage. I wanted to make sure that my skellies, when I first lay down those witches and those bowlers with the healers for the funneling, that there wasn't a lot of splash damage troops to rip apart my skellies, because the skellies are offering coverage for my troops. I also wanted to make sure that the blowers were not blowing my healers off of my funneling troops too soon, so I would not be able to funnel to the core. So that is a little bit of an explanation on what I looked for during this attack. So as you can see, I'm going to go ahead and funnel. I lay down my meat shield, which is my golem inside of my CC, followed by my royals and the wall breakers to break inside. I went ahead and put the witches down first, giving me some coverage on my bowlers with some skellies. I lay a rage down to kind of rage through that area with a jump spell to make sure that they get inside the core. And then at this point, I'm laying freezes. This offers my healers some time to go ahead and heal my troops up, as well as the ability to get that core down as soon as possible. Now, with multi-infernos, the witches work as an amazing distraction. I've noticed that I have a little bit of a hard time with the single infernos. What I do is I use giants instead, offering me a little bit of protection with them. At first I was doing golems, but the heat damage is just insane. But as you can see, I kind of fast forwarded this video because towards the end, I literally only have my archer queen, a couple of skellies, 1 witch, and my golem left. But I was able to obviously devastate this base with this attack. Shout out to Curtis. Thank you so much for having patience with me after I hit this base 20 times. And also to PK, my right-hand man, watched some of my attacks and was like, why are you, put your wall breakers down on the bottom here, and I did it, and obviously I was successful, so I was super stoked. I did watch some YouTube videos to get the composition for this attack, and they had 3 rages and 2 jump spells, and it wasn't working for me. I continuously was trying this, and I'm like, I need some freeze spells. So I went ahead and dropped a jump spell, and I went ahead and dropped a rage with 2 freezes. And of course, the first attempt with those spell lineups, I was able to 3-star this base. So it is a very strong, viable attack. You should have very leveled heroes, though. I do not suggest this for somebody who's a Town Hall 10 that does not have at least level 20 and 20 heroes. I mean, I don't know how it would work with a level 15 hero, but level 20 is kind of the safe guard. It's where you're able to start doing some AQ walks and so forth. You need your heroes strong because those are going to be your kill squad for a CC. Luckily, he didn't have a CC, so that was not something I had to work for. So yeah, I'm really excited how this attack went. I wanted to go ahead and share this with my YouTube subscribers. If you do like my video, please go ahead and do so on the bottom here. And if you're not subscribed, go ahead and do so. If you have any commentary or other successful attacks that are working for you, please go ahead and leave them in the commentary as well. I obviously like to hear when people are having good attacks, and yeah, so if any questions, go ahead and leave it down there, and if not, clash on.